Hey everyone, just wanted to make a quick video here, kind of unscripted, but as I was doing research for my next videos, which are going to be on DraftKings and FanDuel, kind of going more into their current deals with the leagues, kind of the numbers behind those, how they kind of got to where they are, an article caught my eye. So this is on frontofficesports.com. It was written a few days ago, September 4th, by Ernest Baker. And the title is Jake Paul is Coming for the Sports Betting Business Too. So if you're not familiar with who Jake Paul is, here's a picture of him. He is a YouTuber, influencer, podcaster, turned athlete. He's now a boxer. He does kind of like celebrity boxing matches, kind of promotional matches. But anyway, he's a huge influencer. He has a big following. So anyway, this article goes into depth about his new project, and what it is a new sports betting sportsbook or sports betting app. So there is some interesting ideas here, and I just wanted to cover them real quickly, let you guys know what he has going on, what ideas they have going on. I think some of them are pretty interesting, and just want to get your guys' thoughts on them. So yeah, let's dive into it. So first off, the article kind of starts off by saying he announced a $50 million investment in this company. The company is called Betr, B-E-T-R. And it also lists some other investors that he has along with them. He says they already have deals with the 49ers, Boston Celtics, and Miami Marlins, along with some other celebrities like Travis Scott and Richard Sherman. So it's a big project. There's a lot of people involved. It's not just him. So let's dive into what makes Betr interesting versus other sports books. So actually, first, before we get more into the article, let's take a look at their website, because I think that's a good place to start. So here it is. Here's the Betr website. I think my face cam's covering it, but you can see up in the corner it says they're still in beta. So they're still in the beta. So it's still being worked on. But what their main idea is micro betting. So if you know anything about Robinhood and stock investments in the stock market, that's kind of an idea that they took, and they are applying that to sports betting. So for example, with Robinhood, if you wanted to invest in a company, say like Amazon, which is a well-known, very successful company, if you want to invest in Amazon, their stock price is like $1,500 per share. If you only have $500 to invest, you can't buy one full share. What Robinhood did is say you can buy a fractional share. So you can take your $500 that you have to invest and buy part of a share of Amazon if that's the company you want to invest in. So they're taking that idea of kind of fractional shares and applying that to betting with micro bets. So the idea behind that is, if you're watching a game, for example, they have on their site here, if you're watching like an NFL game, you get to bet on, will the next play be a run or a pass? Will this drive be a touchdown, field goal, punt, or turnover? Who will be the next player to score? So they're smaller bets, smaller, lower stake bets throughout the moment-to-moment parts of a game. I know that sportsbooks now, like FanDuel and DraftKings, do have in-game real-time bets. I don't think they're as like micro as possession-to-possession betting. So that's what I think is interesting here. It'll be interesting to see how they pull that off. Obviously, with something like the NFL, there's a little more downtime. But if we scroll down a little bit, we can see that they're going to apply it to NBA games as well. And they're already in league with the Boston Celtics. So they must have figured out a way to be able to do this. But it says, will the next possession result in a 2-pointer, 3-pointer, free throws, missed field goal, turnover? Things like that. So that's it's interesting to think about how they will make that work in a game like basketball. It's moving so fast. I feel like that kind of limits the information you have when you're making a bet. Is like, if it's moving as fast as a game like basketball, if you want to say, the next possession is going to be a 2-pointer, you're more confident in that if a better player is taking the shot. but the game is moving so fast. I'm not sure how you will know who's taking the next shot. So that's kind of interesting to me. We'll see how that works. But in games, they also have baseball listed here. In games like baseball, it says, will the next pitch be a ball, strike, foul, next at bat be single, double, triple, home run, out. I feel like that makes a little more sense. I can see that working a little better since there's a little bit more downtime. It's a slower paced game in general than something like basketball. So that's kind of like the micro betting idea. Smaller bets, more moment to moment action, gets you more involved with the game. And that's kind of like their main idea behind Betr. Another thing that was really interesting in this article here is that they want to market it towards a different demographic. So it says, quote, this is from Jake Paul, just like in boxing, I see the market as old, outdated, and archaic. His goal is to make gambling palatable for the TikTok generation. So you can see how they're going to be making it, towards a younger generation, which I think there is a market for that. I think it's a good idea if you want to make money to market sports betting towards a younger generation. I think they are right about that, or Jake Paul is right about that. He goes on to say that the parlays, the minus 3,000 odds, no one knows what that means. Again, I think he's right there. Younger generations don't really know what that means. They didn't grow up with newspapers looking up, Vegas odds on these things. So I think there is a market for that, for sure. But it will be interesting to see how that works, if people will be into that, if they want to, bet on these games through his app. And again, down here it says, Betr will do for sports betting what Robinhood did for trading stocks. So again, micro betting, fractional bets, lower stakes. So that's kind of the company, the idea behind it. It goes on to talk about how he kind of came up with the idea. And then if you do go on the Betr website, there's like an 8-minute YouTube video where he goes into depth about kind of his idea. So he said he got an offer from one of the bigger sports betting companies like DraftKings or FanDuel, one of those companies, during one of his fights for a $40 million advertisement sponsorship in over like a 2-hour fight. So he's like, oh wow, that's a lot of money. And he's like, he turned down the offer. He's like, I can make my own company and potentially make a ton more money. So he recognized that sports betting is a growing industry, which it is. At this point, we're only at 30 out of the 50 current US states have legalized it. But it is on the ballot for one of the bigger markets in California here in November. So coming up, it's definitely growing. It's going to continue to grow. Jake Paul recognized that. He's going to market towards a younger demographic with a more accessible type of gambling. So I think there are some interesting ideas here. And we'll follow it on this channel. We'll see how Betr works, how it does against the bigger sports books like FanDuel, DraftKings. I think it's interesting. Those companies already have established relationships with the leagues. I think that's maybe like a barrier to entry for this company. But I mean, again, there's already some teams already have investments in it, and there's a lot of celebrity names behind it. So I don't know if that'll be really an issue. Currently, right now, it says they do have a free-to-play experience available, but they are still working on getting some licenses for actual real money betting. So this is a new thing, just came out a few days ago, and we will follow it here on this channel. But that's it for Betr. I just want to present that to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on that. What do you think about micro betting? What do you think about targeting the younger demographic? What do you think about Jake Paul as a face of this company? I know, maybe marketing towards the younger generation could be kind of controversial since, maybe we don't want younger generations getting into gambling, but, that's it. That's what it is. I mean, that's what we voted on, and that's what you may be able to still vote on depending on where you live. But I did a whole video about that on the channel if you're interested in that topic. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Please drop a like. It lets me know if you like this type of content, this kind of unscripted video, and lets me know that this is information that you find interesting or entertaining or want to hear about. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.